Good afternoon. This video is to help you with your radical review homework. Number 1 here, the radical square root of 150, and we want to simplify it, not solve it. So let's think of our prime factorization. What goes into 150? 10 and 15. What goes into 10? 2 and 5. What goes into 15? 3 and 5. So now I have the square root of 150 is the same thing as the square root of 2 times 5 times 3 times 5. Now make sure you watch the video where they have a party under the radical if you missed class today, and anytime there's a pair you can pull them out. So right here we have a pair of 5s. 5 times 5 is 25. So we pull out a 5. So 2 people on the outside equals 2 people on the inside equals 1 person on the outside. So we have 5 radical 2, 3, and then that will be 5 radical 6, since you can't take anything else out. I'm going to go through and work the evens with you. All 40 are due tomorrow, but that'll help you get the even ones done. Okay, number 2, we can break into 4 times 5. 4 breaks down to 2 times 2. And then, so we have 2, 2, and 5. So the square root of 20 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 5. Then we have a group of pairs here. We have a 2. So we'll take that to the outside. And our final answer will be 2 radical 5. Number 4. All right, square root of 6 and square root of 20. So for 6, I'd have 3 and 2. And for 20, I would have 4 and 5. And then I can break the 4 down into a 2 and a 2. So I'm left with a 3, a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 5. So that would be the same thing as having square root of 6, 2, okay, square root of 3, 2, 2, 2, and 5, and then I would take out pairs. Well, 2 has a pair, so I could ship 1, 2 to the outside. Then on the inside, I'm left with 3, 2, 5. Nobody has a partner, so all those people are left on the inside. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Number 6. With a little 3 out here, that means cube root. So let's see how we can break this down. 27, that would be 9 times 3. And then 9 breaks down to 3 and 3. So we're left with the cube root of 3, 3, 3. So with square root, a second ago with number 4, we were taking out partners because it was a square root, so you needed 2 partners. With a cube root, we need 3 partners. Well, we're lucky because there's exactly 3, so we take out these to the outside, so the cube root of 27 is a solid 3, and there's nothing left under the radical. Number 8. All right, the radical 3 you can think of as like cookies for right now. So I have 3 cookies, 9 cookies, and -4 cookies. 3 cookies plus 9 cookies is 12 cookies. 12 minus 4 is 8 cookies, and your cookies being the radical 3. And since the 3 doesn't break down any further, that's your final answer. So you use the 3 kind of as the base, like 3 inches, 9 inches, -4 inches. Or just like, let's leave it at that. Number 10. All right, we have the cube root of 5 plus 10 cube roots of 5 minus 2 cube roots of 5. Well, the cube root of 5 doesn't break down any further, so there's no perfect number times itself 3 times that's going to give you 5. So that's as far as you can simplify. So I have one of them here. Then I have, sorry, 1 second. Let me go back. I'm missing a 3. So I have 3 of them here. So I have 3 of them. And when I say 3 of them, so I have 3 of them. Then I have 10 of them. And then I lose 2 of them. 3 plus 10 is 13. 13 minus 2. So you'll have 11 of them. Number 12. Just like we would rewrite a fraction, let's break this apart. So if I could have the fraction 1 plus 8 over 3, I could rewrite that as 1/3 plus 8/3. So let's take the square root, keep it on the 4, and keep it on the 25. Square root of 4, 2. Square root of 25, 5. Answer, 2/5. Number 14. All right, so for the square root of 27 over 8, we can break it down and just put the square root sign over. 27 is 3 times 9, which is 3 times 3 times 3. 8 is 2 times 4, which is 2 times 2 times 2. So I can take a 3 out of the pair and a 2 out of the pair, and I'm left with 3 radical 3 over 2 radical 2. Number 16. Number 16, we need to distribute. Square root of 8 times square root of 2, and then square root of 8 times square root of 3. Square root of 8 times square root of 2 will be square root of 16 plus 8 times 3 is 24. So then can we break any of these down? Well, the square root of 16 is 4. So we'll have 4 plus, let's break down the square root of 24. So that's a 4 and a 6. Then we could get a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 3. So the only pair I could take out would be a 2. So if that was my whole radical, I would take out a 2. So the square root of 24 can be simplified to 2 radical 2 times 3, which is 6. So for a final answer, 4 plus 2 radical 6. All right, 18. We have to remember our rules of exponents here. So this x is just a single, and this y is a single. And we're multiplying. So we have x1 times x3. Remember, when we multiply with the same base, we can add exponents. 1 plus 3. Okay? 4. Now we have the y. y3 times y1. 3 plus 1, 4. Now we can take the square root of these. So square root of x to the 4. Well, what does that mean? That means x times x times x times x. So how many pairs? 1, 2. So we can rewrite that as x squared. So the square root of x to the 4th is x squared. Same thing with y. I could write 4 y's, and then each one would have a pair, so that would be 2 y's. So my final answer will be x squared, y squared. All right, number 20. We have the radical of 50 over the square root of z5. So I'm going to go ahead and separate them out. Or 50. That could be 10 times 5, which would be then 2 times 5 times 5. So 2 times 5 times 5 all over z to the 5th. So then we pull out a 5 on top. So I will have 5 radical 2 all over the square root of z to the 5th. And I'm fine with you leaving it like that. We can take the z to the 5th and make it positive and flip them, but I'm not going to worry about it. So we can leave it like this. 5 square root of 2 over z square root of z to the 5th. All right, number 22, the square root of 144 over x squared. Well, the square root of 144 is 12, and x times x, so I could bring out 1x. So number 22 will be 12x. So let's change, since this video is taking me 10 minutes to do the evens up to 22, let's change our homework. Let's do numbers 1 through 22 all, and we can skip 23 through 40. Don't like cross them out or anything. Leave space for them, but that way that'll probably give you about 30 minutes of homework tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.